This season of Cooking Hawaiian Style is presented by Kualoa Ranch, where legends are made. Hey, what's up? This is Lanai, and it's time for another edition of Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by Kualoa Ranch. And today, Chef Jeff, our executive chef, the man behind the scenes of every show that we do, is joining us in front of the camera. Today, cooking some great recipes from Tulip Luncheon meat. Let's get cooking.
When you're living on the island, such a diverse Hawaii, when you've tasted all the flavors from the mountain to the sea, we're cooking Hawaiian style. Oh, Hawaiian style. Oh, cooking Hawaiian style. Oh, Hawaiian style. Oh, we're cooking Hawaiian style.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chef Jeff, how you doing?
Fantastic.
Thank you for joining us in front of the camera. You know, a lot of people don't realize it takes a big crew to put on this show. We got almost 20 people in the kitchen, and he makes everything function behind the scenes. And this week, we're going to be using Tulip Luncheon meat, aren't we?
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's a great meat. What are you going to be making today, Chef?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do the start off with the baby pumpkins.
Okay.
We're going to stuff this with a polenta.
All right.
But first of all, you know, this is in season currently right now, so I just wanted to show you how to clean it. We're just going to season it slightly with salt and pepper.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that this is not just for decoration.
You can eat it too.
Yeah.
So, you know, simply we just cut the pumpkins open.
Okay.
You know, once it's open, we just take out the seeds from this particular one here.
Just like you're doing for Halloween.
That's it.
Yeah.
Take out the seeds. We're going to season that with salt and pepper.
For those of you who have never tried Tulip Luncheon meat, this thing is awesome. I mean, it's if you like bacon,
yeah.
you can't say no. Pork shoulder, you know what I mean? Amazing stuff.
You can't say no to bacon.
So you're just going to empty out this pumpkin here.
Empty out the pumpkin.
There's not a whole lot of meat in this, is it?
Not a whole lot of meat. That's why it's a great vessel to serve, you know, something that you could serve a soup in it. In this case here, the polenta with the tulip. So basically, we'll take that, season it with salt and pepper. I've already done this one here as well.
Okay. What exactly is polenta?
Polenta is a cornmeal.
Okay.
It is a fantastic flavor. It just takes a lot of flavor.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what you put in it. There's a lot of flavor that goes into it as well.
All right.
So just a little bit of salt, a little pepper, and olive oil. So the olive oil will just give it a little bit of a taste as well.
Nice. That looks good. Okay. And
And
we're basically going to use this as the bowl.
As the bowl.
Okay.
That's it. So simply, that's it. And then we'll just take this, we'll just pop this in the oven, okay?
Okay. How long are you going to roast that?
For about 350 degrees, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Until it's tender, fork tender, basically.
Right on. What do you think of this view here, huh?
You know,
Look at that.
if I had the money, this will be my house.
I think we're facing the wrong way, don't we?
We are.
We'll let you enjoy it.
But
You
the
know,
mountains are beautiful.
we got a lot of new viewers now in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Dubai. Want to thank everyone for watching on Mix TV, also Lifestyle Network, Spectrum, FNX. Thank you guys for watching. What are we doing next?
So
here?
before I start on the polenta, I'm just going to render or give some flavor, and flavor, color equals flavor in this case.
We're doing about a half a tulip, right?
I have a tulip in this in here.
Okay.
And basically, polenta needs some flavor on it as well.
All right.
So
you know
we're
what's
just
really
gonna add-
cool about the packaging with tulip? It's a Tupperware. So whatever you don't use, you can put right back,
reseal.
put that in the refrigerator, and then you can use the rest for, you know, make saimin or something.
All right. So we got the larger pot here. We got some olive oil.
Okay.
To that as well. We're going to add a little bit of butter as well.
All right.
So olive oil, some butter, and immediately we're going to add the onions to that as well.
Now we're just going to saute some onions, some Tulip Luncheon meat. This is real simple, by the way. We try to make it, things as simple as possible. You know, cooking Hawaiian style is really about taking those old recipes from the plantation days and bringing them back, and then even adding to them, bringing them to another level, because that's really what food is about, right?
And for me, in this case here, just using something that's readily available in the season and of the area.
Let's show everybody what this looks like here.
So it's cornmeal, basically.
Okay.
So this is a coarse cornmeal on this in here. So polenta, cornmeal, it comes coarse or it's very fine as well. So
how much are you using?
I'm using a half a cup of this one here.
Okay.
So with the half a cup, what I'd like to do is now the onions and the olive oil is just adding the flavor to this.
You letting that onion just sweat down a little bit.
Sweat down just a little bit because this is going to cook a little bit longer.
Okay.
To this here, simply we're just going to add the chicken stock. So
All right.
basically with polenta, you want to add, if it's a half a cup, 2.5 cups of liquid.
All right.
So immediately we're just going to add the liquid.
Okay.
And we're going to put the liquid in two turns basically. One to start absorbing.
Okay.
And you'll see the polenta will be like a sponge.
Right.
It's going to take all of that.
How long do you let that sit for?
This here will cook for another 5 minutes on this one
Okay.
here. Let it get to, and then we're just going to add all the ingredients.
All right, so check out our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com, to get all the ingredients. When we come back, we're going to put this together, and then we're going to work on the next dish. So don't go anywhere. Chef Jeff hanging out with us in the kitchen. It's Cooking Hawaiian Style. Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by Kualoa Ranch. We're here with Chef Jeff, and we're making a stuffed pumpkin with polenta with some tulip luncheon meat inside of it. We're just going to wrap this up going there. How long did we cook the polenta,
We
Chef?
cooked the polenta around 12 minutes.
Okay, and it's pretty easy. It sounds difficult because it sounds fancy, but it's a pretty easy recipe.
Right, so that's consistency. Then we're just going to fold in the tulips.
Okay.
And to this as well, we're just going to add some English peas.
All right.
To the English peas, we're going to add some already pre-done and shredded some chicken.
Okay. So
Some
all of this
broccoli.
is pretty much prepped first.
All
right?
prepped ahead, so broccoli. And again, this was developed from some leftovers.
Yeah.
Basically.
See how easy that is?
And then just a whole bunch of Parmesan cheese
All right.
into that as well.
Gonna
Stir
give
this
us-
around.
Give us that thickness.
Give us a nice thickness. Now look at that.
That looks good.
And we're
All right.
ready to stuff these pumpkins.
I'm gonna
So,
get this out of your way here.
perfect. So
All
these
right.
are just basically ready to stuff.
We're using this right here.
Yeah. Grab
Okay.
the 2 pumpkins.
All right. This is looking good so far.
And all we're doing right now.
That's it. Let me stuff the pumpkins, and then
You
we're gonna
stuff
get
the
the next
pumpkins.
dish started. What are you
Cool.
making next?
So the next one we're gonna go with the tilapia. So
Okay.
let me just get this cleared off
I'm gonna
over
put
here.
this right over here.
Perfect. So on the tilapia itself, let me just get this table clean a little bit.
Now the tilapia. Where'd we get the tilapia? Tell everybody.
Kualoa Ranch just
Yes.
came out of the water.
Can you believe that? These guys are doing amazing things up here. If you just thought it was a ranch to have fun, I mean, they're doing everything from kalo. I see in our pantry we had ulu, one of my favorites.
Star
the
fruit.
Oysters.
Oh,
they got all
oysters.
kinds of fruit you can think of. And we got to really say thank you to those guys because they're doing an amazing job up
Stuff
here
it
at the
up
ranch.
nice and high there.
Okay.
Okay, so the tilapia, we just did salt and pepper, and we're just gonna grate some ginger right over the top of that.
All right. Now, are these your recipes? Did you just make this up today? Come on,
Yeah.
be honest.
I just made it up just for you.
I like that.
On the fly, it's all good.
Look at this. So what? That's it, huh?
That's it. What we're gonna do with that, we just have some panko and breadcrumbs.
All right.
We're gonna throw it on top, and this just goes back in the oven for 5
Oh.
minutes, and you're done. But
Beautiful.
look how beautiful it is.
Huh? I can do this.
You did it. in
By the
fact.
way, I'm not a chef. I'm just a sous chef. All right. So what else we got here?
Okay, so we got this in here. If you can hand me the olive oil, please.
Okay. Some olive oil.
So salt, pepper, slices of garlic, grated ginger, and
Just a
this. I'm
taste.
gonna ask you to pop that in the
All
oven.
right. Put this in the oven.
Yes, sir.
What do we put in the oven at?
350 degrees. Actually, you can take it up to about 400 if you wanted to.
Okay.
To get some color on top of that.
All right.
And then we're just gonna add a little bit more tulip to this pan here.
So as you can see, we're using all our resources and using it as far as we can. The tulip luncheon meat.
Now, in this case here, if you could see, the tulip, I cut it differently. More of a julienne style.
Okay.
So it has a better mouthfeel in this particular dish.
Local people, Simon size.
Simon
All right?
size.
Simon size. You're gonna do this.
That's it.
All right.
Okay, so we got that going here.
I'm
and
just
we
gonna
got some
saute this for you.
beautiful baby bok choy that
Okay.
I picked up yesterday.
Nice.
Look at that, how awesome that is.
I like bok choy. Love baby bok choy.
Awesome. So we're gonna cut this onion.
Okay.
So the onion, baby bok choy, oyster sauce, and a little bit of sesame oil.
All
and
right.
then for this one here, we're just gonna splash it with a little bit of Chinese Shaoxing wine.
Okay.
And that's just gonna impart a little bit of that earthiness to the sauce.
Now, if you
But
don't
it'll
have
be awesome.
that wine, you're just using any kind of wine.
Sherry might be fine for you as well. Sherry wine.
Sherry.
Yeah, that's
You know, I
it.
could sing it. I love
Wow.
that song. Who sings that?
I have no idea.
Who named that tune?
All right, so as that's browning right now, we're just going to add some baby bok choy to that. But with the
Okay.
baby bok choy, we want to cut this bok choy just a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm just going to take the ingredients off.
All right. Just do a handful there.
Just a handful. Look how beautiful this bok choy is.
Okay.
So we're splitting this in half. We turn the pan up on high, screaming up.
Yeah. Very easy recipe. Again, you can go to our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com.
We're gonna add the
For those
onions.
of you who don't know, we got 2 cookbooks out, Cooking Hawaiian Style #1 and 2. go check them out on Amazon.com.
And I'm gonna let the pan sit, and I'm gonna add the bok choy to it facing down.
All right.
Just a little bit.
And this is gonna be going over our fish.
Over the fish.
All right. So pretty easy.
Simple and easy.
And if you don't have baby bok choy, you know, I mean, find another leafy green, spinach or
anything local.
else.
That'd be great too,
Yeah.
though.
How much oyster sauce do you have?
Oyster sauce, about a tablespoon of oyster sauce.
Okay.
And really, the sesame oil just adds some flavor.
Okay.
And you have the wine in that little jug
Yeah.
right there.
And we got the wine. We're gonna
Just go ahead and splash
put
that
all
with
this
some wine.
together.
A little bit more wine.
There. You want a little bit more?
Yeah.
You see what kind of chef this, huh?
Auntie Alohalani likes
When
a
we
lot of
come
wine.
back, we're gonna continue this dish, take the tilapia out of the oven, and finish it up with Chef Jeff right here from Kualoa Ranch. It's cooking Hawaiian style. Smells good. All right, this pumpkin looks good, Chef. We just took that out. We only put it in about 3 or 4 minutes just to melt that cheese. You want to plate that real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Be careful.
Yeah.
These hands are made of.
Yes, you can handle the heat. I can't
handle the heat.
That's why
So-
I never became a chef.
Look at that pumpkin. And again, one portion is a great appetizer as
Yeah.
well. You know.
Good job with that. And then we also got the fish
Yeah. So
in here.
let's take out the fish as well.
Okay, what's the third dish you're going to be making,
The third dish
way?
we're gonna make an oyster and shrimp chowder.
All right, this is the fish, the tilapia, right here from Kualoa Ranch.
Beautiful.
Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by Kualoa Ranch. We've got to thank them for this beautiful kitchen today.
And we're just gonna top this off with that.
Sauteed tulip onions. We put some sherry in there and some baby bok choy.
Baby bok choy.
Go to our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com. You can get the full recipe. All right.
Fantastic. And then just a little bit if you want to have some garnish with that. That's perfect.
It looks awesome.
That's perfect.
Beautiful.
So, now we're gonna start on the next dish.
All right, what are you making?
The next dish, actually, we're gonna make
Need
an
some
oyster.
fire?
Yeah, fire in the backside,
All right.
please. So it's an oyster chowder, basically. So we're gonna
Okay.
start off doing the oyster and shrimp chowder. So Kualoa Ranch has a beautiful shrimp, so we're just gonna do the stock with the shrimp shells.
All right.
So into that pot at the end.
Right.
In fact, I'm just gonna go right over, but
You're going to go on this side?
yeah, I'm just gonna add to that pot
Okay.
some essential vegetables just to make the stock. So typical is the celery, onion, carrots, bay leaves, fresh piece of thyme,
Okay.
and tomato.
I'm just turning on the back flame over here.
Turn on
for
the
you.
back flame.
Okay. What are we putting in there for, we putting water in here?
We're putting water
How
in,
much water?
on there. So we're gonna add this one here. We're gonna add about 3 cups of water to
3
this one
cups
here.
of water, okay. And this is what we got here, right?
This, yes, it's a very simple stock, nothing too fancy on the stock here. All we want to do is get the flavor out of the shrimp shells to impart onto. So again, the shrimp shells
Okay.
in here, and we're gonna put it back on the back burner.
All right. Right over there.
The next step is getting the chowder going. So the same basic what we call mirepoix.
Uh-huh. And what is a mirepoix?
Mirepoix is basically in New Orleans it's a trilogy, but in this case here, celery, onion, and carrots.
There you go. That's
So-
usually the base to any good chowder.
To
right?
any good chowder as well. So if you could turn on that stove in the
Yeah,
back while I finish up
we
here.
got it going.
All right. So in this case here, we're just adding this to the pan. So
Okay.
olive oil, a little bit.
We want to get this one going here?
No, this back one here is fine.
Okay.
So olive oil to this pan, perfect right there. We're gonna add some
All right,
butter.
Some butter. You always need butter
need
and olive
butter.
oil together.
Perfect. You can see
Right.
that sizzle, and immediately
All right.
we're just gonna add the vegetables.
Okay.
We're gonna sweat that for about 30 seconds to a minute.
All right.
We're gonna add the piece of thyme to that as well.
What's your favorite thing to cook, Chef?
Gosh, you know, I like comfort food, and at
Yeah.
home, if you take a look at a lot of the dishes that I cook at home, we're adding already the tulip to this in here.
All right, you did
But
half
comfort
a
food.
block.
Half a block.
Half a block of the Tulip Luncheon meat, okay?
Right. So we let that go, browning nicely. But
What-
now we're going to add the flour to make what we call the roux, to
The roux,
thicken this.
okay.
So we're adding the flour to that.
Now, when you talk about your comfort food, what is it? Saimin?
Really,
fried
at
rice?
home, braising dishes, roasting
Yeah.
dishes. You know, my wife and my 2 stepsons are at home currently right now.
Uh-huh.
They're super lucky because my goal this year was every family meal never to cook the same meal twice.
That's a lot of pressure.
And we're at the end of the year right now, so
All right. Okay, so we're just gonna let this. How long?
we'll let that go for at least 3 minutes or so.
Okay.
But then we're going to add the stock to that.
Okay,
Bring
we're
it to a boil.
because we're gonna
and
take a break. That's why.
Please
All right. So when we come back, we're gonna finish up this chowder, and we're gonna taste some of this stuff.
Yum.
We got Chef Jeff here from Kualoa Ranch. Look at that. We're at Kualoa Ranch. Can you believe it? It's cooking
Awesome.
Hawaiian style. Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by Kualoa Ranch. We got Chef Jeff here, and what did we make here before we went to break?
Again, we started off with the chowder, with the vegetables, and then the tulip into the pan.
Okay.
And at this point here, we're just going to add the stock to it as well. So,
all right,
I'm going to
we'll switch sides.
Yeah. So let me just do this in here. So the stock has been going.
Okay.
And all I'm going to do is now just strain it into.
Now you want to get that to a boil, right?
You want to get it to a boil.
How long do you think?
You know, a simple stock like this in here, 30 to 45 minutes, that's enough.
All right.
You know, so we just got some flavor from all the shrimp shells in here.
Awesome, smells good. Yeah.
We stirred it around.
Okay.
Now, as a good chowder, what do you need with chowder? You need cream.
Yes.
So we're gonna add some cream to this as well.
All right. About how much?
You know, as much as you like, you know, because cream like this in here is very rich. So
yeah.
In this particular case, a quarter cup is fine.
Would it be safer to go as you go?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like add a little bit more if you want it thicker? Or...
That's it. That's it. So I'm gonna let this come to a boil.
Okay.
As soon as it comes to a boil, you know, we're just gonna add the oysters are just shucked here.
Look at these oysters.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Oysters. Beautiful oysters here. So we're just gonna add the oysters to the chowder as well.
And where are these oysters from, Chef?
These oysters are right from behind us, Kualoa Ranch.
Right here.
So
beautiful oysters.
Oysters.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna add also some of the shrimp that we peeled.
Okay.
We blanched it and we just diced it up.
All right.
So be generous.
All right. So you go to cookinghawaiianstyle.com. You can get the full recipe on exactly how long we made the broth, as far as the shrimp and how long we boiled that, and get everything you need there. Pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt.
Okay.
Pepper.
Some pepper.
And it's coming to a boil already. You can see how quickly it's coming to a boil.
I'm going to thank Salty Wahine on the island of Kauai, by the way, for the Hawaiian salts.
All right, so
that's it.
Let this come to a little bit of boil, but we can just review some of the things we had. Again, we have the polenta.
Yeah.
And again, the polenta and the tulip stuffed with chicken.
Yes.
Peas and broccoli. And this, again, is a comfort food to me as well.
Yeah.
Same thing with this in here. The tilapia with the tulip, baby bok choy, oyster sauce, splash of Shaoxing wine. And then this beautiful chowder.
And we use tulip in all of the recipes today. And we got to thank the good guys at Tulip for supplying us with that.
You know, a chowder.
And how long are you going to do the chowder?
You know, the chowder is just about ready. And chowder, so, you know, contrary to popular belief, you say chowder needs to be very, very thick. It's not.
It doesn't.
You know, a chowder for me, and especially in this particular case here, we got a sourdough bread bowl.
You know, one of the best chowders I've ever had was in San Francisco. I think it's Hog and Oyster. Their chowder is very thin. Like, it's not creamy like you would think it was, and it wins awards all the time. So you're right, it doesn't have to be all thick.
I'm just going to taste that for
all right
flavor.
And look at I'm talking about San Francisco, and he goes and makes a bowl just like you would get down there at the wharf. Huh?
And that's comfort food.
Did you bake this bread too?
No, I have some friends in town who does a fantastic job. For me, the season is perfect for now.
And what if you did want it thicker?
If you wanted to get thicker in the beginning, in the beginning you add a little bit more flour and cook that flour out.
Any butter?
Butter and olive oil, always.
Okay. All right.
So for me, this chowder is done.
All right.
I'm gonna.
We can go ahead and plate that. Let me move this out of the way here. These oysters look fantastic. I'm just going to put a couple of garnish here on your oysters.
Oh, fantastic.
Because I'm going to eat this later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How you like your oysters?
I like the oysters raw, but I like it with shoyu and chili pepper water.
Aloha shoyu.
Little grated ginger.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So again, you don't want to overcook these oysters and the shrimp. The shrimp will just blanch lightly. And all I want to do right now is just stuff this bowl.
That looks
Make
awesome.
sure you can see the oysters, you can see the shrimps in it as well. And let's get some of the juice on it.
Yeah, very good.
And if you
Chef.
If you got some of that leftover scallions, let's top it off with some scallions.
And of course the tulip is all in there, so give it that bacon pork taste. Put some scallions right on the top there. When we come back, we're gonna taste all this goodness, all right? Chef Jeff hanging out with us right here at Kualoa Ranch. It's Cooking Hawaiian Style. Welcome back to Cooking Hawaiian Style here at Kualoa Ranch. Chef Jeff here made an awesome spread, very simple, using all the recipes with tulip. And the other cool thing is all the ingredients from right here, the ranch.
Yes,
you want to tell us about some of these ingredients we got here?
Unbelievable. The oysters, the shrimp. You know, when you start taking a look at what the bounty of what the offerings have here in Kualoa Ranch, it's just amazing what they're doing here at Kualoa Ranch.
And I'm so glad that they're bringing all of this back as far as education. I mean, you go down to eat lunch and they're using their grass-fed beef. You know what I mean? The burgers are amazing. And it's doing so well, it's hard to get. You would think it'd be easier.
I even tried to get some. This says supplies are out.
Right. All right. I'm gonna what do we taste first?
Yeah, let me go ahead and top this off first. And you know, like any good rustic dish here, I like to just top it up
Yeah,
with some
little
bit of olive oil,
Very
even a
healthy
chowder like
for
this
you.
one here too.
Okay. Tell us what this first one was
So
again.
again, it's the polenta and tulip stuffed baby pumpkins in season. You can add chicken, broccoli, peas, whatever you want to it
Oh,
as
no.
well.
Almost like a old school casserole.
That's perfect,
Yeah.
right? And a nice, sexy
Yeah.
vessel.
Yeah.
And tilapia here with the baby bok choy, the tulip, oyster sauce, and a little bit of the Chinese wine.
Oh, that is great too. White, flaky. The sauce is perfect, not too thick.
And you taste that
just
ginger
right.
and the garlic,
Yes.
just enough.
Okay.
And again, the chowder.
All right. We gotta make sure I get some of that.
That's,
Awesome. You might want to open up a shop down in Waikiki or something.
if you got somebody with some money, let
some
me
bread
know.
bowls and you know, some chowder.
That's all you need.
By the wharf somewhere. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for joining us.
Excellent. Pleasure to be here.
Get our all our recipes, cookinghawaiianstyle.com. We got to thank Chef Jeff because he's been with how many seasons now?
I think this one here is 5.
5 seasons with us, and this whole thing wouldn't operate unless we had him in the back getting it all together, getting the guests together and stuff. So mahalo for that.
Thank you so much.
See you guys next week. More with Cooking Hawaiian Style. Get in the kitchen and cook. This is Ono, man.